Morning guys, John here, Mr. Forex Fire. So a little bit of a roundup on what's happened through the week, what I'm doing now for the month of December, just a recap, and what's happening today. All right, so it's getting closer to Christmas, as we all well know. It's flew over this year, albeit what's going on in the world. It's that time of year where the trades or the markets start to slow down. All the bankers are starting to take the holidays and things like that. However, it is non-farm payroll week, so today is where the prices are heavily manipulated the day before, and the market makers will move the price to where they want them to really go. So again, I'm not trading live today. I started this week with a concept. I've traded for 5 years, and I've never, ever been heavily into ETAs or expert advisors. So I thought to myself, even though I will be taking a break from trading and the charts as a live trading aspect, why not take a bit of a challenge and use one of these ETAs? And not only use it, but try and use it with a certain extent to where you can actually be profitable, because many of these ETAs claim to make you money, but in essence, they don't. They don't. What happens is they'll get you in on an entry, but you still really need to manage the trade, okay? So with that in mind, I set out this week, the start of this week, to do a baseline test for 2 days. I did where I just let the ETA run itself, and I did that on a Forex pair, 3 or 4 pairs, and it wasn't profitable. It hit profits, but then it went back and knocked the trades out. From there, I thought, let's try this on gold. Done it on gold, and then I found a bit of a baseline on certain parameters I could use, which is like trailing stops, take profits, manage the trade. So I brought an element of structure, and from what I could see from my eye, and we were profitable for a couple of days. The last couple of days, we took $100 or so out of the market. So today, NFP. This is the challenge. This is the challenge today. I'm going to try and use it today. I'm going to up the lot size. Okay. First of all, I'm just going to share the screen. I'm just going to show you where we are. Okay. So yesterday, this is gold, and I was doing it on the hour, and I said there was structure points. Okay. We've got order block areas. Excuse me. And I was expecting to more or less certainly go to this high side. Okay, so today, what do I think gold's going to do on a directional bias? I think we're going to come down and we're going to touch this area here. Okay, I think we've got a downtrend, and I think they're going to try and induce sellers to come in for the sell still. Okay, but I think what's going to happen is by New York open, I think price, it's going to meander a bit. It's going to come down. People still think they're going to be in a sell because of this lower high. I think it's going to react off this area, and I think it's going to scale up to nearly 1800. So I think it's basically what it's going to do. It's going to come down to this area over a few hours. Okay, you're going to get a bit of consolidation, bounce off here, and as soon as it gets to like half 1, 2 o'clock, half 2, I think it's going to bounce up to this area. I think there's going to be a big spike on that, but we shall see. We shall see. My aim today is to get set up. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pause the video. We're going to go over to the control management center, and we're going to set up the ETA, and then we'll come back to here, and you will see the ETA come on the grids on here. Okay, so I'm going to pause the video, and we'll be back in a second. Hi guys, this is the E here. It's called Advanced. Where are we at? There we are, the top. Advanced Grid E here. Now, it gives us a control center again. I mean, I've said this a couple of days. We've got a closeout. You've got your lot size. We're going to up the lot size to a 0.5 today. So we're going to go in bigger today, okay? We've got a minimum stop level, the live profit and loss. So what happens with that is when it gets to a certain amount throughout the day, we can close it out altogether. However, I'm going to leave that at 0 because I'm going to be trading continuously throughout the day. From there, this is what I like. It's got a strategy info control center, so it's giving you, it's all based on Heikin-Ashi status, which is trend candles. It's telling you what is up, what is down. The trend information at the moment is on a downtrend, and I think you can agree that is correct. Okay, so not only is it, if you can see visually structure-wise, it's also telling you on here. Okay, so if we went up on the higher time frames, it's going to show you that the weekly is on the rise. A daily is showing it's on the down at the moment. So again, I take you over to that. I do believe price is going to come down to this area by New York. We're going to see a spike up to where that engulfing order block, engulfing sell has been from that big order block. Okay, so what we'll do is, let's just see if I can just go on here, right click, expert advisors. So this is the advisor menu. Take profit. We'll leave it on 10. Lot sizes. 0.5. And then from there, what we're going to go, we'll go in steps of 0.1. So if we have 0.5 and then it hits another one, which is on a higher like drawdown, it'll go to a 0.51 entry. Trailing stops. Let's have a look. 15. We'll see what happens with that. So then if I just go to OK, there we have press start on the E here to begin. And now I'm going to go back. I'm going to go back to the video and you're going to see the grids appear on the actual main system. And the reason, well, I'll explain. We'll go back to my handsome face on the main screen and I'll explain. So we're back from the video edit there. Again, showing you the control center and what we're looking at. We've massively upped the lot size, okay? So it's NFP, very, very hard to trade from. We're going to use the EA. Can you be profitable with it? You see me set up the EA and what it was all about. Now, if I click start EA, you're going to see the grids appear on my screen. There we have it. The grids will start to appear. Let's just get the fire wand down here. So what will happen is, look to the left on here, you will see a buy stop. If this was to break through there and it went on a buy, there'll be a certain amount of pips on here where it would sort of stop out and take the trade. So what we're doing in essence on here is we are not using the EA to its massive full potential and letting things ride. There is a lot of manual interaction with this. Can I get in and get out at an entry from an EA aspect? But with that in and out scalping with the EA, can we be profitable for a third day? Okay, still got structure points, still got my structure points. However, my directional bias is going to be, let's have a look. My directional bias is going to be something like that there, okay? I think it's going to do that. is. I think we're going to be doing something along the lines of that. Going to leave that pink lines on, see if I'm correct, and see if I'm wrong. Again, I'm not here to be perfect. I'm just here to give you my aspect of what I think, what I'm looking at, and what I expect from my sort of experience and things like that. So again, this video won't be massively long. I'm trying to cut these to around about 20 minutes to half an hour, to be fair. There's just one other thing to do, and that's to update. That's where we were at the beginning of yesterday, 102,122. We ended up taking around about $100 profit. So we need to change that amount. 102,213.70. That's where we start today. So we reset the amount, and we just wait for the price to move and get us in. From there, guys, next week, what I'm going to be doing is, because again, my live trading is going to stop because we're coming close to Christmas. I might do the odd sort of 1 minute scalp session where I'm looking at certain pairs, and we might go back to that concept. But yeah, we'll still be doing this in the background as well, just for the fun, to see if anybody's following this, and can you really be profitable using an ETF with a little bit of manual interaction. So I'm going to pause the video. Just remember, we have reset the totals to 102,213.70, and that is what is as on here, 102,213.70. Let's see if we can scalp and get something out of NFP dear on the charts. I'll be back shortly. Hi guys, so we have now ended our first trade. We can see that we're going to be trying to take around about $50 profit on each one. Like I say, I've ramped it up a bit. Let's see if we can actually make this pay for us today. I might say if it's going against us that we might close out. I do have the opposite on here, which it will close us out heavily, to be fair. But again, we're just looking for that slight push. Overall, gold, I am expecting to push down to this block here anyway. And then during New York, I'm expecting a spike at some point. So we're going to see. Let's see what happens with regards to price. But at the moment, we are in $25 of profit. If this goes for around about 30, or I might close it out actually. Like I said, today, we are factoring in a bit more of a manual side to the trading as well. And now we've got structure, we've got the bias, and we've got the sort of parameters that need to be set up on the trades. Okay, so I'll speak to you a bit later. So far, so good. We are in a bit of profit. Excuse me. And we'll see where we take it from there, guys. See you in a bit. Hi, guys. So I've accidentally closed out the ETF. I don't know whether it was it in profit or... Let's have a look. Yeah, I closed it out. Sorry. I was using my magic keys on another trade, and I was on the wrong screen. I'm going to have to reset that. 65.32. My bad. I'm just going to, let's have a look. Close all and charts. Well, yes. Close everything off. Now you should see the grids reappear in a minute. There we are. My apologies. Just as we entered a trade as well. Just as we entered a trade. I've got so many screens. I've got about 3 or 4 screens, so I do apologize. We'll have to reset this down to the 102,165.32. Again, I'm expecting a push down to here, and then a price move up in the New York. So I do apologize. We are now reset. Just as well, I'm not in a live account with this. And it just shows you things can go wrong. Things can go wrong. Be back in a moment. So far, guys, we have recovered from the blip that I made earlier, where I closed it out, trying to have two MT4s open and using my keypad. I pressed the wrong button and unfortunately closed out the trades that I was doing on this side of the fence. However, we've taken profit. I just go to the account history. Let's have a look. Because the grid had closed out, obviously. $64 profit on the last trade. When I closed it out, we took a $47 hit. So even on that slight mistake, we still would have been profitable for the day so far, but I did reset the totals on what we're doing when I accidentally closed it out. So at the moment, we are on 102,228. I did reset the total because I did do that silly mistake. The new total that we were just starting from was 102,165. Okay, so I'll keep that going. My directional bias is still the same. As you can see, we've got highs, lower lows, lower highs, lower lows, lower highs. Okay, I still think they're inducing people to sell. And I think once we get down to where the liquidity is of this area, I do believe in New York session, we're going to see a spike right the way back up to this order block area, to be fair. So I am anticipating a move, inducing sellers in, thinking it's going to go low, but on this liquidity low side, I think we're going to get a bounce and a spike up come New York session into this order block. Let's say my prediction is correct. Again, we'll let this play out. We'll let it run. We are in profit for the day, for the third day running. And yeah, I'll try and keep these videos short. Next time I'll come on, I'll be during the New York session when I'm just about to close it out just before 3 o'clock. So we should see this either be heavily in profit or it'll be heavily in drawdown. Okay, guys? And then we'll see if my directional bias is correct based upon the pink line. Okay, I'll see you all in a bit. Hi, guys. So it's come up to 11:30. Unfortunately, I've got a call out. I've got to go to the high street and go to the bank and do a few jobs. So I'm going to close this off earlier than anticipated. However, I still believe we are inducing people to go on the selling side, okay, down to this area. When the New York hits, we're going to see a push up. I'm going to keep this on because I want this for my purposes to see if my directional bias was correct. However, we start this morning off, even though we had that blip where I knocked everything off by accident, but we reset everything to 102,165. You can see we are now on 102,342.27. Now, off the top of my head, that's going to be around about $177 profit for today. Overall, for the last few days, it's around about $300 or just under $400 of profit. So again, we started this week off with the intention of I've never used an ETF. 5 years of trading, I've never liked them, never trusted them. And I thought, again, the general purpose of this was to challenge myself, come into it with an open mind, get a baseline test of the ETF doing what it needs to do. Obviously, it was going to go against us because you can't just put your trust and everything into that. But based upon your own personal sort of knowledge with regards to structure, like what we have on here, could you actually use an ETF to help you with the identification of structure from your own eyes? Can you manually trade from an 8-year entry standpoint and scalp your way to profits? And so far this week, we have proved that you can do. All being well, obviously, yeah, I do still believe that these all depend on a few factors, which is like range in markets, trends and things like that. However, on this test and this setup, I have literally just let the EA do its entry point from a grid aspect, and I'm scalping a quick in and out based upon structural parameters that I see in the market. So from here on in, what we'll do is next week we'll start maybe a fresh account and see what we can grow that account to for the week of what would the week be? Let's see. I think it's going to be around about, let's take a look. The week of the 13th to is it this? What day is it? The day, the 3rd, the 6th to the 10th. We'll run a test 6th to the 10th based upon what I've learned using this particular year. See what we can get out of it profit wise. Again, this will be demo. Not doing it on live. Won't ever do it on a live account. We'll test this on a demo now that I've sort of got used to what the EE is, got used to what I'm looking at structure wise, and obviously what these grids are doing, but also doing this via demo on the basis that obviously I know what sort of lot sizes to use and trailing stops and TPs from a scalping aspect. Okay, so I hope you've enjoyed the videos this week. Today's been short and sweet, but again, $170 odd profit just by trading from 9 o'clock till 11:30. I'm happy with that. That's good. That's good going. I'll see you all later, guys. See you all later.